Now, the Dakar Rally is widely considered as the toughest motorsport event on the planet. The 2019 edition took place exclusively in Peru in South America, and the competitors covered over 5,000 kilometers over the course of 10 days. Now, the winner in the cars category was Nasser Al-Attiyah in his Toyota Hilux, while Toby Price took the win in the bikes category on his factory KTM. The only Indian to finish the 2019 Dakar was Aravind KP on his Sherco TVS. His first two attempts were marred with heartbreak and injury. So Jared sits down with him to find out what it was finally like to cross the finish line in the toughest motorsport event on the planet.
Hello everybody, today we have a very special guest with us, Aravind KP. He just completed the Dakar Rally. He's done it before twice, this was his third time, and he's finally done it. Hello Aravind, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Can you just go over how excited you were after you finished the race and what your mental state was coming to the end of the race, knowing we were about to complete it?
Yes. Going into it, I was not, we had a lot of setbacks. So we went in a positive note. We've been working hard for the past 2 years, and we were that close last year, but we couldn't get it done. But this year was good, and we took every day as it came and made the best of what we could do every day, and got to the finish line. And I think the last stage was the longest one for me, and getting it done was a sign of relief, and I felt a lot lighter than before, and I'm really overjoyed. It's a beginning for new things, and I think a benchmark for me to work hard and get better.
That's fantastic. So can you just go through us how the bike performed, how it was different than last year? Did your riding style change at all with the terrain that you were encountering there?
The bike this year was a lot different from the last year. We had a few different parts on the bike, like the gearbox. We have a shorter ratio gearbox, which is shorter in the lower gears, and as we go to the higher gears, it has a little more gap. But the fifth and sixth was shorter because in the sand it kind of loses power when you shift up. So other than that, the bike had a bigger tank, which with extra 2 liters. Since we had to do a lot more dunes, it consumes a lot more fuel when you do the dunes. So we had a bigger tank. We had a lighter roadbook reader machine, which helps reducing the overall weight of the bike, which is actually, even in few grams, is really good for us on the stage. Other than that, the bike had, I think, a little more power on the engine as well. Because the bike needs really a lot more torque when you have to climb steep dunes. And riding, I should say, we trained a lot in Morocco this year. Just before going to Dakar, we went to Morocco and spent some time in Morocco. So we got used to how we have to ride on the sand and the dunes.
So what was the toughest thing for you? What was the highlight of the entire?
The toughest thing about Dakar this year was the poor visibility in the mornings and the fresh areas. It's really sketchy, and there's a lot of hidden stones and square edges in the track. So it kind of really surprises you because you're doing really good speed, and when you catch a square edge, it kind of unbalances you. So you can't really anticipate what's gonna come up. Yeah. So you have to kind of hold yourself back and ride, which is tiring in a way because you don't really have a rhythm, and you're doing things you're not comfortable doing, so it kind of tires you. But other than that, I think the stones and the visibility thing was the issue. Other than that, the sand dunes is where I really enjoy because I love riding the dunes, and I think I'm really fast on the dunes. So yeah, the fresh and the visibility was the most tricky ones.
So we all know that you're friends with CS Santosh, but how is it competing with him and Hero, knowing that there are other Indians there as well? Does that motivate you to push yourself to become the best Indian rider there, or?
Definitely, it's a point where it motivates you that you have a friend also. It's always better to have 2 than just 1. So we push each other, and we motivate each other. We kind of go to each other for any doubts that we have, and kind of keep ourselves cool, and help each other in any way possible. We have a very good relationship, and competing is a natural thing. It's an instinctive behavior that we all racers have. So other than that, I think it's all good.
Great. So you're now a hero in India. So can you give us or tell some young people or give advice to some young aspiring riders if they want to get to your level and compete in the Dakar someday?
Definitely, now in India we have a lot more platforms where they can, start training or start exploring into off-road racing. Our friend CS Santosh has his own dirt park in Bangalore, and he does a lot of training and he does a lot of programs for all these aspiring riders. They can get into they can get into these places, and there are a lot more tracks and controlled atmospheres where all these youngsters can go and see their talent. And TVS Racing has been supporting a lot of youngsters and doing a lot of programs like single make in road racing and single makes in dirt tracks and all that, and promoting a lot more talents to come and perform in national and international levels as well. So I think all the youngsters should probably focus on getting into the right atmosphere and not fool around on the roads and not kill themselves, and make good of their potential and make India proud.
Great. Well, you've certainly made India proud. So thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure to meet you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thanks.